good things take time.
Oh, okay. Are you ready? Good morning. Welcome to Valley Community Church Divine Science. This August 9th day, it's already August. Children will be going back into school soon, and times are busy running around. So this is a moment where we can take and sort of relax and release as we get to enjoy the church service today. Our speaker today is one of our own congregants, Jana. She's going to be sharing her well-prepared message, and I can't wait to hear it. And Julie Hickox is special music, and of course we have Rick Milan helping us as always. If you have your phone on, please turn it to mute now, okay? Or off. And let's say our new affirmation statement with me, if you would. We joyfully welcome all who seek a deeper connection to Spirit. Together, we affirm that love, peace, and abundance flow through us and unite us as one. Please stand as we sing our song. I'm going to take Benjamin here with me, and we're going to do this together, okay? Opening inspiration. I'm just going to share a story with you, if I could. It's a true story. It's a true story about prayer. We never know how prayer will end up and who it will help benefit. There was a gentleman, and he had been invited to speak at a church service at a college chapel. His name was Tony Coppola. And as he got to the church, the elders of the church came around and they invited him into the back room, and they put their arms or put their hands on him and said, "We're going to pray for you before you go speak to the college students." And he said, "Well, it seemed fine at first, but if you've ever had 8 people laying their hands on you for a long period of time," he said, "after a while it became very tiring. and it was starting to hurt a little bit. And he said, to even make matters worse, one of the individuals started praying about something entirely different. He started praying about Charlie Schultz, who lived down the road. He said, Dear Lord, Charlie Schultz down the road, he's getting ready to leave his wife and 3 children. You know, Charlie, he lives in that silver trailer on the right-hand side of the road. And Tony's thinking, well, you know, God certainly doesn't need directions, my friend. Tony was listening to all of this. Well, after the service, he went ahead and gave his message. And it was well received, I think. And as he was leaving, he jumped in his car. And he went, it was in Pennsylvania. He jumped in his car. He was leaving the scene of the church, and he was driving. Can y'all hear? This is good. He was driving, and he saw a hitchhiker on the side of the road, and he said to the hitchhiker, he thought, well, I'll pick him up. He looks like a decent guy. So he stopped the car and picked him up, and he introduced himself to the hitchhiker. He said, hi, my name's Tony Coppola. And the guy said, well, my name's Charlie Schultz. And he was driving. He said, uh-oh. And all of a sudden he thought, you know, I'm just going to get off the interstate. So he got off the interstate, and the man sort of looked at him, crawled a little closer to the door, and he thought, and he said to him, he said to Charlie, he said, well, I'm going to take you back home. And he went, what? Why would you do that? He said, well, you're leaving your wife and 3 children. He went, oh my gosh. Well, he got a little scared at that point. He started moving towards the door even more. How could this man he does not even know about me? Well, he drove about a mile from the church to that little silver trailer on the right-hand side of the road. And the man, Charlie, looked at him and said, how did you know where I lived? He said, God told me. God told me. So he got out of the trailer, or he got out of the car, and he said to him in his best preacher voice, come inside to both of you. I want to have a sit-down talk with you. He spoke with them. The couple reunited. And as far as I know today, they're still together. You never know how your prayer and what happens to your prayer and how it will affect someone's life. You never know. Thank you. Now we get to move on to our statement of being. Please recite with me. God is all, both invisible and visible, one presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am the individualized expression of God, and am ever one with his perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. Julie, please. please join me? As we spoke about prayer just a moment ago, please join me now. In 1 Thessalonians, the Apostle Paul writes, "Pray without ceasing." I know we go through many of these days here lately, and I know this, that we go worrying about our world, worrying about this, worrying about this next thing that might happen, this next decision, this next appointment. We worry continuously. I've got some good news for you. You don't need to. At this moment, at this time, just let it go. Open your heart. Let God move in that place of fear, that place of worry, that place of anxiousness. Let God impart his divine wisdom, his comforting love in your life. All you need to is be open to it, to be accepting. Right where you're sitting or standing, you can say, "Dear God, right now, I surrender to you. I know you're omnipresent. I want to feel you within me." And it's done. There are no boundaries to this love of God. There is no spiritual or physical boundary whatsoever. We are encompassed forever and ever in God's love, his help, his guidance. In these next 90 seconds, I invite you to go within in our quiet time. Those of you who are at home, you're welcome to come with us. Come in this silent journey, beginning now. My beloved, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, it is in the silence that we grow. We are so blessed. I give you peace, peace the world cannot understand. I give you peace. And it is so. Amen.
Amen.
Will you, with me, say the Lord's Prayer? It's our Nora edition. Our Father who is everywhere, your name is sacred. Your kingdom is come. Your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you let us, and you forgive us our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error, because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song and praise, from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. Amen.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me? The title is You Mad Bruh? We're going to talk about anger. We have, it's, I'm like we all are trying to work on myself, so this is a personal message. You're going to be my support group again. Hello, my name is Jana, and I have an anger problem. We're going to talk about anger. Little story about me, some of you already know it. When I first went to a therapist, the very first time, at the end of the session, she looked at me and she said, "What would you say if I said you probably aren't neurotypical?" I gave a puzzled look. She then said, "What do you think I'm saying?" I said, "You think I got a touch of the tism?" She giggled and stated, "I think you have ADHD." So I sought a psychologist who specialized in ADHD, went through a battery of tests over a few sessions, and I went back for the results. He said, "Good news, you don't have ADHD." Then he said, "However, I noticed you're a very angry person." How do you get that from an ADHD test? I must have been I must have been projecting my rage in every aspect of my life. While we were going over the results, I flipped the page. Ironically, at the top of the next page, it read, "Rule out autism." It is still uncertain whether I have a touch of the tism or not. Jury's out. Does anyone remember this show from the 80s, Designing Women? Does anybody remember that? Oh. Well, my nickname in high school was Julia Sugarbaker. I was proud of that. If you said something I disagreed with, well, I couldn't fight you, but I could come up with something witty and mean on the fly that would shut you down. Definitely something that should not have been a source of pride. It didn't give me a whole lot of friends at the time. I didn't care. I was right. I was justified. It definitely did not build up God's kingdom without or within. This ability just fed my little inflated ego and made me feel empowered. It really wasn't. Think of all the times you tell a story to your friends or family about an argument you had with someone or at work. And of course, they must have said something egregious. And you, of course, you laid down some piece of knowledge or made some comment that shut the whole thing down. Aha! I won. You won what? If the prize was just spreading strife and ill will, then I guess you did win. I don't think you actually did anything of value. When I look back, all those mean things I said, they were not of value. They didn't help anybody. Boy, that one does hurt. Can't you tell how many times I've done that and strutted around like a peacock, like I did something great? It should actually be shameful. It produces nothing good. And it's a struggle I have. James 1:19 through 20. Know this, my beloved brothers. Let every person be quick to hear. You got to listen to people. Slow to speak. I don't really have that ability, but I'm working on it. Slow to anger. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Slow to anger. This is said so many times in the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. We think it's just something Jesus said, but it's all over the Bible. So it must be important. Not giving in to that first impulse to immediately answer insult with insult. Just automatically going to DEFCON 1. That's probably not the best idea. Slow to anger means stop and think. First of all, and this I have mastered as I've gotten older, is this worth my time and energy? And 9 times out of 10, it isn't. Second, what will it accomplish? What if someone just wants to cut you down? There's people out there like that. And I love this word the kids use. They are rage baiting you, possibly for their own amusement or to feel something in them that they're not getting. If you answer that at once, you're giving up your power for nothing. It's just like your mom used to say, just ignore them, just ignore them. And I was always like, I used to hate that. I hated being told that. I guess I was the queen of petty back then. I still fight that impulse now. Proverbs 12:16. The vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudent ignores insults. And what does the Bible say about immediately getting your licks in? Proverbs 14:17. A man of quick temper acts foolishly, and a man of evil device is hated. Like I said, you're not going to win many friends. We all get angry. That's natural. I'm not saying never get angry. There's even, I'm going off on a tangent here, what I call righteous anger, which causes us to move as a society. This is wrong and we need to fight it. I'm not talking about that. That's a whole different thing. So what do? Psalms 4:4. Be angry and do not sin. And what is sin? That's an archery term meaning miss the mark. And once again, we go back to what do we want to accomplish? Ponder in your own hearts on your beds and be silent. Woo, that's hard. That's hard. I don't know about y'all, but that's hard for me. Proverbs 25:28. I love Proverbs. It just says it. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. And I think of walls as boundaries. Do we have any express boundaries with people? Actually, let me stop here. My therapist did say to me one day, Jana, do you ever lay down a boundary when you're not completely ticked off? And I had to think about that. And no, I don't. So maybe I was inviting some of that myself without even knowing it. There's a book she had me read, and this is maybe more geared towards women, but I think everybody can get something out of it. It's called The Dance of Anger by Harriet Lerner. I love this book. I bought my mom a copy of this book. Um, because when we argue, especially with family or close people, it seems to be that same argument over and over, same thing every time, like a dance with the same steps every time. They say this, then you say that. And it's always the same thing. It's like a script. It's the same tango, and nothing ever gets accomplished but the renewal of strife. We're not getting anywhere. We're just dancing around. Proverbs 29:22. A man of wrath stirs up strife, and once given to anger causes much transgression. They use that word interchangeably with sin. Once again, we miss the mark. We will sin and miss the mark. The mark being a peaceful solution to the problem, not who won the argument. I got him. Oh, and what did that get you? You were angry with each other. Dr. Lerner in this book really gives you a lesson in how to set boundaries, the walls, with people to prevent arguments. And we talked about this, and I maybe didn't learn a lot in high school, but in English class, I think it's E. Cummings. Don't catch me if I'm wrong, but good fences make good neighbors. So we need to have boundaries. We can prevent a lot of this with boundaries, and most of us, especially us older women, we don't realize we can set them. We have been taught just to comply with everybody and not to cause any problems. But you do that for long enough, you get really angry. You get really resentful. Anger and resentment, they go hand in hand. And that resentment will eat you alive, and it turns to bitterness. I don't want that. I don't want to spend the rest of my life angry. Some people, I hope he's not watching this. I call my ex-husband Satan, and it's just a joke. I mean, I meant it back then. But people do ask me, how do you still talk to him? All the things that went on between the two of you. I said, I haven't made a lot of good decisions in my life, but I made a decision that I don't want the past to eat up my present and my joy, and I'm not going to give it another minute. And, sometimes I even talk to him. It's not a big deal. You got to lay that down. One thing, back to boundaries, I got off on a tangent. One thing you can do is restate them when someone wants to test your boundaries. Restate them. And you are able to just remove yourself from the argument. I never thought that was an option. You don't have to retaliate. Exercise your power to not engage. That's hard because it's tempting for some of us. Other people are much better at it. What should we do to obtain peace? And it's not easy, especially for me. Let's go back to the Bible. Leviticus 19:17 through 18. You shall not hate your brother, but you shall reason frankly with your neighbor. Let's solve some problems. Lest you incur sin because of him. That's going to take you off your path. You're going to miss your mark. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the sons of your own people, but you shall love your neighbors as yourself. I am the Lord. And did you guys know that was in the Old Testament? Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 58:38 through 39, but I will tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to the left cheek as well. Give them the left cheek as well. I'm sorry. I'm a little sleep deprived. Sorry. But what does that mean? Does that mean that we're just a victim? No. He had the power, and it's telling you you have the power to not do anything about it, to not take the bait. And he was talking about, we read the Bible in context always. He was talking about an eye for an eye. And we kind of get that way when we argue with somebody. Oh, you got me, I'm getting you. You know, you don't know anything, okay, well, you're fat. Whatever. We're going to get our licks in. But when they talk about an eye for an eye, what it's really about is let the punishment fit the crime. Don't take more. Somebody does something, don't take more. Remember, like I said, we always read it in context. So what he's talking about is you don't have to one up them. You can walk away. So how do we get this peace? And I think we all want peace. This is hard too. We must embody and project what we want. And I think we all want peace and love. Jesus said in Luke 6:31, and you know what this is, and as you wish that others would do to you, do so unto them. You know, the golden rule. As Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And how are we supposed to want that if we're not even giving that to other people? It ain't easy though. Oh gosh, this is the hard one. Watch your speech. Proverbs 13:1-2. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise commands knowledge, but the mouths of fools pour out folly. Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth. Don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. We can be the person that provokes. And sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't think we are, but we think maybe we're righting a wrong or something else, but you got to let that stuff go. But only such as is good for building up. Like we want to build the kingdom. We want to get close to God that is within us. And then we can show it, and people can see the God without as well. As it fits the occasion, that it might give grace to those. If we will do these things, we will never have to If we do these things, will we never have to deal with anger and hostility? No. I mean, I'm not that crazy. Come on, we're going to have to deal with being mad a lot. It also doesn't mean we don't deal with our anger or that we just suppress it. It's just you choose differently. You take a moment and think about it. But these are tools to deal with anger. And this is a lot to take in. So we're going to summarize it. Be slow to anger. You got to pause. You got to stop and think. Calculate if it's worth it. And maybe say, God, give me something to diffuse this. Boundaries. Have them. Make them and keep them. Don't be wishy-washy. I mean, you're going to have to stand strong. This is actually not weakness. This is strength. Don't respond to provocation. Also, don't provoke anybody. Practice your positivity. I've been doing that, and it is so hard for me, but it really does help. Also, I'd missed something else before I go on. It says in the Bible, do not let the sun set on your anger, something to that effect. If you know you did wrong, get to it as fast as possible before it builds into grudges and resentments. Like, hey, I was way out of line when I said this, and I don't understand. Let's come to reason to solve the problem. And it may take a long time, but you got to show them, hey, I'm willing to say I'm wrong. Or even if I wasn't wrong, I shouldn't have said it to you that way. That was mean. Also, embody and project the peace you desire. I mean, what else can you do but show? Show people, be an example. And of course, we got to remember the fruit of the Spirit because we're talking about projecting. And remember, but the fruit of the Spirit, oh, this is in Galatians 22 to 23. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, ooh, and this is hard, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Thank you.
Let's say the blessing of the gifts. I'm sure we all have been blessed. We have so many gifts. Please recite with me.
Today, I
I
acknowledge
acknowledge
God
God, omnipresent, as the source of all good, as the source of my good. With this acknowledgement, I accept God's will, which is abundance in every aspect of my life. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation, and I am open and receptive to the increased flow of abundance to me right now. I joyfully accept the gifts of life and give freely of the special gift that I am. Through me, God omnipresent blesses and multiplies this gift for all. Thank you, dear God.
Thank you, Jana, for that message. That was one that probably needed to be, a lot of us need to be hearing. So, but it's good to see people, everybody. I've seen Pam grow. I've seen Jana grow. And Jana and I were talking this morning before church about being positive and talking about being positive all the time. It is hard, especially when things go not your way. So I have seen a change in you, and I'm very grateful that you spoke on that today. So thank you for that, and for the beautiful music, especially that Amazing Grace. Oh, that's my song. Anyhow, the flowers today are sponsored by Philip again. He had a gift card for Kroger's, and so he gave it to us, and so we've been buying flowers for the past 3 weeks. I think we still have another couple weeks on it. So anyhow, we still have some empty spaces on the calendar to buy flowers and for snacks and for birthday cake. So please sign up so that there will be something in there to snack on. So just saying. And so you might come in there and might just have a glass of water. I don't know. Anyhow, going forth with that, we have the prayer circle on Monday nights at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7, or ever how long people want to stay. Everybody is invited to come to that. Also, Doug will be starting the Old Testament class on Tuesday, September 15th at 6 o'clock. So if you haven't signed up, please do so, or see Doug and talk to him about it. Also, your reading class is still 5. What book are you doing now? Oh, you're doing that? Okay. All right. And Maria's class is at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays. As I said last week, I'm giving you 2 dates to please keep in mind, because I'm giving plenty of time. So time rolls around, you won't say, I didn't know about it. October the 3rd, we're having our second event, and we're calling it Common Ground, and we're going to have it out in the yard again, but not out in the front yard. But we're having musicians, and we're having meetings every 2 weeks to get this all set up. So hopefully by the end of August, we will have everybody lined up so that we can get the agenda ready in September. So if anybody has any ideas, or anybody wants to volunteer to play music or speak or whatever, please let us know so we can get that on the schedule. The other date is Monday. I know this is a long way off, but it really is not. December the 21st will be our Christmas dinner at 6 o'clock, or did you say 6:30 at the Green Goat. So at some point I will print up a thing with the dates on it so that everybody will have it. You can put it on your refrigerator, whatever. But anyhow, I wanted to give you enough notice to know that those things are coming up. So did I miss anything? Okay, well, we're going to go have snacks. And thank you again.
Let's get in a prayerful moment here. Before we say the prayer of protection, please close your eyes and just join me in a minute of quiet reflection. We've had a good service. We spent time together. Our hearts have been touched by one of our congregants who opened themselves and prepared themselves to help us on our journey. By one helping us, it helps us all. Please know that all is okay. Now, if you'll slowly and gently say the prayer of protection with me. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you. The presence of God watches over you. The mind of God guides you. The power of God abides in you. The strength of God renews you. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Let's stand as we sing our final song.
It only takes a spark to get a fire. once you've experienced it, you want to sing. It's fresh like spring. You want to pass it on. I wish for you, my friends, this happiness that I found. You can depend on Him. It matters not where you're bound. I'll shout it from the mountaintop. I want my world to know the Lord of love has come to me. I want to pass it on.
God bless. Thank you for being here.